Hi everyone, Siobhan here. My latest single, They March, will be released on November 2nd. That is this Monday. This one is really special to me. I wrote They March after reflecting on everything that's happened over the past few months. It was difficult to write. And while working on the next song I was supposed to release, I started to really reflect. And I had to let myself get comfortable in the space of understanding that it's okay to speak and working through that. I got to a place where I started writing again. It was so interesting. This one really hits different and I like it. I like where it's going. I like the melody that I have speak to the heart of frustration, being unsettled, unity, encouragement. It speaks to all of that. It speaks to seeing what happens and actioning. How do you then move forward? What do you do next, knowing that this has occurred? First of all, in the midst of a pandemic, a worldwide pandemic, the entertainment industry shut down. When have you ever seen that happen? We're at home 24/7. There's no escaping your house. There's no escaping your neighbors. There's nowhere to go. Fast forward to George Floyd, who we witness wherever you are across the globe. You see this video, pleading for his life, crying out for his mother, stating consistently, I can't breathe. Shockingly enough, nothing is done to assist this person in ensuring that their life is valued. And the amount of force that's used shows a complete lack of respect for life, a human being. And we witness this. We all witness this. People are recording. There's no concern to stop. And it's just going on. And the world sees this. And in the midst of the pandemic, people stand up and they say, actually, what can I do where I am? And they march. They march together in unity. See a lot of people with signs for George Floyd, because that's what we're here about. George Floyd is really the enough is enough moment. We've seen this before. This isn't new. It is the absolute tip. It's the breaking point. And even more, the conversation of systemic racism. What is that? To see that type of commitment in a pandemic where people are dying every day, to actually say, no, my voice matters. Black lives matter. Period. People went out and they spoke up. They spoke out in offices and rooms and spaces that usually would not have this type of conversation. People marched. They marched. And while, of course, they march speaks to literally marching. They march together, they protest together. But in people's lives, they showed up and they marched by speaking up about it, not being silent, not being okay, and letting everybody else know they're not okay. And letting people who happen to be Black know that it's not okay. Rounding out 2020, people are losing their lives. No just cause. It doesn't come as a shock. Seeing what happened to George Floyd, what continues to happen, Breonna Taylor, even this past week. And while you walk through that space of frustration or just, a lot of people being pissed and just like over it and they're just tired, they're done. I am encouraged to see people come together and unite and say, this isn't a Black person problem. It never was. It's like, oh my gosh, I thought it was crazy. Thank you. Thank you for confirming. Thank you for confirming. It's a people problem. It's a humanity problem. This is a actual global issue. Go check it out. Seeing people gather together and say, I'm marching, and saying, I'm utilizing the power that I have, the power which is me. I'm standing up. I'm speaking out about this because it's wrong. I hope that They March really encourages you to get involved, more than anything else. Get involved where you are and play a part. This is not a Black people problem. It is a humanity problem. It has been happening for years. People have done the research. You can go check it out, go Google that, and really dig deep and figure out, how can I get involved? How do I play a part from where I am? And that's why I wrote it. And I'm actually going to share 3 ways that you can march.
March, they march, they march.